I'm called Lawrence Savani, from a citizen of the Republic of Liberia. I arrived in Ghana in the early 90s to save my very life in the heat of the civil crisis. In Ghana, I faced numerous challenges as a refugee, trying to make life possible for myself. Since early 90s to 1995, I tried to acquire some level of education. It was impossible until 96. So I've gone through a series of struggle and life challenges and things. So upon acquiring some level of education, I felt I could be able to contribute to make life better for my people. So I started going around talking to some of my colleagues to be able to take education very seriously in the midst of waiting for any other opportunity that may come their way. So that in terms of peace, we can be able to meaningfully contribute to Liberia rebuilding and development program. In the midst of that, I developed a passion for social work, and I decided to make it official. And that led to the establishment of this NGO, Cradle of Hope for Relief and Development. We incorporated an NGO in 2007, and since then we've been having a number of work, helping, soliciting funding assistance to be able to help the school children on the camp. We provide teaching and learning skill. We provide career and psychosocial counseling for school children. We talk to parents to be able to deepen their commitment towards their children's educational development. We talk to young guys around the street how to be able to better their life, to become useful citizens. And those are the things we do. We recruit local and international volunteers to be able to mix up with us to carry up our programs. So we've done a lot of work. We have donated a lot of educational material within the camp settlement. Our organization is fully registered with the Registrar General, with the Ministry of Social Welfare, with the Gomoa East District Assembly. So we are law-abiding. We do things ethically, morally conscious to make sure that we do not go against the law of the state. And we encourage all our followers not to go against the law of the state. We are very grateful to the Ghanaian government for having hosted us for all these years and giving us all the opportunity for self-advancements. Some of our colleagues have been able to seize the opportunity to be able to make life better for themselves, and we are still trying to find ways to be able to better the life of other people so that they can make some meaningful contribution to Liberia's development. As an organization, we have encountered a number of challenges, and then key among those challenges has to do with lack of funding. We have numerous programs outlined to be able to carry out to help children within the settlement, because we believe in one thing. They say to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one is better than getting an opportunity that you are not prepared for. So we have outlined a number of activities that we think we can be able to use to empower our people so that they can be able to go home to meaningfully contribute to Liberia development. But the challenges have been that we lack funding, and we've written to a number of organizations. But the problem is that since other people have gone online to be able to do numerous, unethical things, it is becoming very difficult for us to be able to source funding from agencies and those things. That had to do with only recommendation from individuals that already know us that we are raising funds. So our programs have been very slow. It is not in line with what we actually expect because of lack of funding. So we are still broadening our network with other local and international organizations and individuals to make sure that we can be able to expand our services, that we can raise funds to implement most of our programs. And then in the next 5 years, we think that the organization should be very functional in Liberia, where we'll be able to collaborate with the government to make sure that those that are returning from exile can be easily integrated into the system so that they cannot find their way back into the exile. And that will use as a means of encouraging those who are in exile to be able to go. Because one of the problems is that people who leave and go home, when they face challenges and come back into exile, the negative feedback that they bring out tend to discourage those who are in exile to be able to venture into going home. So we are trying to cope up with the challenges that we can be able to collaborate with the government so that we can be able to find a meaningful integration for the people who leave exile to go to Liberia. So in the next 5 years, we are thinking our organization should be fully functional in Liberia to make sure that thousands of children can acquire education to make life better for themselves and for the nation as well. So it is not only Liberia, we are thinking of also tackling some of the West African countries that are, gone through war, torn, so that we can be able to help them as well. So those are the things that we are doing. In order to be able to make our organization very functional for more people to benefit, we are calling on international organization, local organization, individual well-wishers and philanthropy to be able to come to our aid. Any level of support that we can get from anybody in terms of finance, in terms of their effort, in terms of volunteering, any networking, all those things, that we will appreciate it so that we can be able to revamp our organization for greater work. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. My name is Vani Bamole Sambola, and I'm former head of the Liberian Refugee Welfare Council in Ghana, and presently I am the administrator of this school, JT Ado, the JT Ado Memorial Basic School. Well, you see, I have known Mr. Vani for a very long time when I was at the Welfare Council as head, and the Cradle of Hope is an organization he started and he struggled to see it come up. He has those kind of passionate visions, vision to help the kids and to help young adults. He had been, supplying stationaries to schools, helping vulnerable children who do not have school fees to give them scholarship. And his intervention, even in feeding children in some of the private schools. He has really been doing a very amazing job, and that is why we have all given, our support, and we'll continue to lobby around to see whether he will continue coming to our schools, help those needed children, help those needed adults as he has been doing, and at least to cater to the feelings of these children that are going to school that continue to be vulnerable. I think so far that's what I know about this Cradle of Hope, which of course so many of the youths are getting help from. I recommend to all philanthropic groups, that if you have something to give out for humanity, then you should give it to the Cradle of Hope. You should give it to Vani. And Vani has been so transparent in what he does. If he's giving scholarship to children at your school, he allows you to receive the cash yourself. Physically, you cash it and dispense it to the children's welfare. So, if there are philanthropic groups that want to help children, that want to help to improve the future of children, be it Ghanaian, be it Liberian, be it Sierra Leonean, be it just those who are in need, I think Vani and his organization, have that capacity, have that potential, because they stand for humanity. They stand for those, those things that can make life change for people. I mean, that's what I want to majorly recommend, that Vani should be, supported. It should be given if it is there, so that you'll be able to give out to those who he has identified. He has given to a lot of schools in this camp. This school, Krida, Kiddies College, just as you can name, even before the collapse or the end of the refugee problems. It was given to the refugee schools, and that I cherish so much. That's so far what I can say about recommending what to be done for his group.
My name is Julius Kofakan. I'm currently the assistant headmaster of the Krida Faith Foundation Academy. I've been around for some time now, and Cradle of Hope for Relief and Development have been around. What I know about them is that they've been helping to pay school fees for school children who are in need. They also provide counseling services for those depressed students, telling them to avoid bad company and take their lessons seriously. Also, they are into providing educational materials, that is teaching and learning materials to schools. So basically, those are the things they've been involved with on the Liberian refugee camp here. Cradle of Hope, they are under-resourced. So for the time we've worked with them, they are proving to be reliable. They are proving to be transparent. To take care of the needs of the students. So I believe and calling on the donors to give them their support. Whatever support is given to them, they can be rest assured the beneficiaries will actually receive it. It will be used for what it was given for. I'm using this medium to call on donors, stakeholders, to support the work of Cradle of Hope here in this community. They are actually people to rely on. They have the heart for those who are in need. So I'm calling on donors to be able to come to the aid of Cradle of Hope. Resources that are given will be used to meet the needs of students here in our community. Thank you very much.
I am student Chako Linzio.
I am student Jeanette Molu.
And we are both in Crida Faith Foundation Academy, presently in the Form 3 class, and we are both librarians. I've heard a lot about Cradle of Hope, and my school have also benefited a lot from Cradle of Hope. For example, they provided learning materials such as books and teaching for both teachers and students. And they've encouraged us a lot, especially me. They've inspired my life so much. They've made me who I am today with their encouraging voice. They've always warned me to stay away from bad company and focus on my future, because education is the key to success.
Yeah, my school have benefited a lot of things from Cradle of Hope, especially the counseling. I myself as individual has benefited from the counseling as a female. I was weak somehow, and Cradle of Hope came and built up my ability, tell me that I can make it. I should stay away from bad company and focus on my lesson and become a good person in the society, even in my school. Because of this reason, I am not able to stand on my own. I know buy from goods. I'm able to do things that even when no one around me, I can stand and do it. I can say things. I am positive in my words. I stand on my own.
On behalf of my students, my fellow students in Crida Faith Foundation Academy, I would like to recommend Cradle of Hope. And I'm using this platform to call onto stakeholders, donors, so that they'll be able to put their hands around Cradle of Hope to take youth from the street, those who have the passion for education, but their hands are not there. I'm begging them so that they will help Cradle of Hope with partnership to be able to help us to pay our school fees so that we can continue our education, and also take my brothers and sisters from out the street and make the society to be a better place to be.
My name is Madam Koubuala. I'm the head of this session. The school is Emmanuel Lutheran School, from elementary to junior high school. So this session, I am heading this session. I'm the head of it. And I knew this organization since 2013 to 2015. They sponsor few of our students. And then we also benefited from the distribution that they gave. We were part of it. Since they stopped, those children that they are being sponsoring, they are not being in school. So they are sitting down. And I'm also appealing to the organization to come in and help a lot of students, single mothers, children that are here, they are not in school. Most of the time I can take my time to help them. So I'm appealing to the organization to come in again to help us. I am appealing to the public and to support Cradle of Hope to continue what they were doing their good way. Thank you.
Kelly Smith is my name. I get to know Cradle of Hope through the director, Sir. He was my close neighbor. I used to be the type always in the ghetto, on the street, drinking, smoking. And he used to tell me every day, counsel me, tell me positive things to change and things. So I followed his step. I began to learn trade through his counseling and rehabilitating. And today I'm someone good. I'm now in school. I graduated from a computer school, IPMC. I graduated from a plumbing school. Cradle of Hope is an NGO that encourage we the youth, most of all on camp. Yeah, I'm one of those are one of the testimony. And I'm still looking up to them for better usual. Now I even working with them as a volunteer. We go to other schools, helping other people, rehabilitating them, making them to know, giving their life a meaning. Like how today, I know my life. I gave my life a meaning today. So Creator of Hope is an NGO that really rehabilitate most of us, de-traumatize us, tell us, give us our life a meaning, tell us who we're supposed to become. Today, I'm very proud of them. I'm standing before you now at one of the testimony. So I therefore appealing to the international community, any good NGO for help. Creator of Hope is an NGO that is waiting to help with the youth, children that don't have, people that are in need. So please, we need help. We need opportunities. If you can help and give any financial needs, it will be very beneficial to us. People will go to school. People will be rehabilitated. Street children will be counseled. Street children will be de-traumatized. Please, we need your help. Good NGO, good social welfare, any other ways that we can get help. Thank you.
By way of introduction, my name is Edward Mongro. I am the former headmaster of the Bujumburan Community School. To be precise, the Refugee School. I came in contact with Creator of Hope in 2009. That's when I met them. And since our interaction, they have been very, very instrumental in the development process of our institution. By explanation, I mean when we met them, we had a lot of professional and technical problems affecting the school at the time. And they came to our aid. What do I mean? They were responsible to provide instructional material for our teachers and learning material for our students. And besides that, as far as our admission practices are concerned, what we normally do is that we administer an entrance examination for our students, and through that we enroll them. And usually they pay 5 Ghana cedis for the entrance fee. And what Creator of Hope used to do was to come and honor right, because most of the parents didn't have money to pay for the entrance examination fees and things like that. So Creator of Hope used to come to honor right, maybe about 60, 70 students and honor right, and then they will come and write the entrance examination free. Besides that, they used to help us with scholarship. They gave scholarship to our students because most of the parents here, the refugee, they are not working. They don't have any, source of income besides some little petty farming that they used to do for survival. So Cradle of Hope used to take care of the school fees for their children. That's one of the things they used to do for us. And besides that, they used to organize counseling section for our children to get them off the street, especially our guys who were involved in some malpractices. When I say malpractices, getting in the street and things like that. So the director, Mr. Lawrence, didn't like that. So he used to come to me personally in my office and say, Mr. Mungu, we have to do something to get our sisters and brothers off the street. And that's what we used to do. And besides that, through the instrumentality of this organization, Peace Corps volunteers used to come to the school to teach our children. We are from the American background. The Liberians are very close to the Americans. So when the volunteers used to come to teach our children, we were very, very blessed. And we were happy to meet them. What I want to say in this public manner is that any humanitarian organization that wishes to help the Cradle of Hope, I can assure you that from my personal interaction with this organization, whatsoever financial assistance or material assistance or moral support that you give this organization will not be a waste. I'm sure that if you do that, we will benefit from it, especially the Liberian refugee and the children on this camp. So I am in this public manner appealing to all humanitarian organizations that want to help this organization. We will be very grateful if you do so. And I can assure you that your support will not be a waste.